It's time for GMA3. Two threats in the Atlantic, a hurricane and a second storm gaining strength. Ginger is tracking them both. It's National Dumpling Day, and it's time for bite-sized comfort food. How you can make delicious soup dumplings right from home. And we're swimming with the sharks. Robert Herjavec is here.
That's an amazing offer.
Telling us about the new season of Shark Tank and his football battle with guest shark Michael Strahan.
Oh!
It's time for GMA3.
From ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is GMA3.
Boy, do we have a fun show for you today. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rhiannon Alley.
And I am Rebecca Jarvis here with Deborah Roberts. We're so happy on a Friday. We're so happy you could join us.
Absolutely. Well, coming up, the new trend in eating dinner as early as 4 p.m. I thought it was only me. Why more and more younger people are choosing the early bird special.
Oh, I love to eat early as well. Also, I had the history-making winner of Project Runway is here talking about the big moment and which judge was the toughest, and we'll get much more.
We are looking forward to that, but we begin with the two storms on the move in the Atlantic. Ginger is tracking it all. Ginger, you have been busy. I don't know when you're not busy anymore.
Well, we had that remarkable record stretch of no activity from late August through mid-September, and so everyone was kind of like, well, you know it's coming, and it's coming, and it's going to not be easy. So let's go ahead and talk about Umberto, which is the one that we are confident will be a strengthening hurricane passing between Bermuda and the United States, probably closer to Bermuda, so early next week we're watching that. But it's that wave that's moving through the Bahamas this weekend, and the potential for that to become Imelda. So if it becomes Imelda, the stronger it gets, the more impact it'll have on the coast, South Carolina, North Carolina. But here's what I can promise you. No matter what it does, if it gets absorbed with that stationary front or it becomes that hurricane and then eventually moves inland, we've got 3 days of rain before this storm gets there. So much like, and not at all a carbon copy, but like last year with Hurricane Helene in western North Carolina, they had a different system before. This is what I'd be concerned about if I were in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. Those are the states that we'll be watching carefully as we go through the weekend and next week.
And we're on the anniversary of Hurricane Helene, 1 year later right now.
Yeah, so hopefully people just prepare, realize that it's not the same at all, but we do have a lot of water coming.
Yeah, bracing for all that water. All right, Ginger, thank you. Well, now to the latest on the investigation involving the singer known as David after a teen girl was found dead inside the trunk of his car. The 15-year-old's body has now been returned to her family, and Kana Whitworth is in Los Angeles with more. Hi, Kana.
Hey, Deborah, good afternoon. So investigators returning that body despite the fact that they still don't know exactly how she died. And because of that, this case is still considered a death investigation, not a homicide, according to authorities who are approaching this case with prudence and patience, saying it could be a while before more details come to light. Detectives proceeding cautiously as they investigate the death of a missing California teenager whose body was found in a car belonging to popular singer-songwriter David. How 15-year-old Celeste Rivas died and whether a crime was committed remain crucial questions that sources tell ABC News could take weeks, even months to answer.
It's an ongoing investigation. We have a lot of resources dedicated to bringing it to a conclusion.
Rivas had been missing for a year and a half. The LA County medical examiner unable to determine a cause of death so far, now waiting on lab tests to come back. Her badly decomposed remains wrapped in plastic discovered inside the trunk of this black Tesla that had been abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. The registered owner, David Anthony Burke, who goes by the stage name David. The 20-year-old musician has not been named as a suspect. Recently, mourners gathered at a vigil for the California teen, authorities returning her body to her family this week. Now, sources are telling us that they do have all the evidence they need from her body. And so while they wait on those lab results, promotion for David's new album has stopped and the U.S. portion of his tour has been canceled. But you guys, as you know, still so many unanswered questions here.
Absolutely. A lot of questions there. Kana, thanks for following that for us. We turn now to the marquee college football game tomorrow. Someone is really invested in this game. Number 5, Georgia, hosting 17th ranked Alabama. ESPN anchor Elle Duncan joins us now with a preview. Elle, we are so happy to have you here. We know The Bulldogs are looking to defeat the Crimson Tide for only the second time in the past 11 meetings.
Go Dogs, go Dogs.
Deborah certainly wants
Dogs.
Georgia to win, but what do you think? What's at stake in this game?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you're talking about the Alabama perspective, they need to prove that they can win on the road. They're 2-4 in the Kalen DeBoer era on the road, which is not up to snuff for Alabama. But more importantly, this really, if they lose this game, puts them at 2-2 on the season, and it makes the margin for error razor thin the rest of the season. After Georgia, Alabama's next 5 of their next 6 opponents are all ranked. We saw a 3-loss Alabama team get left out of CFP last year, so if they want to give themselves some breathing room, they need to win. And for Georgia, I mean, come on, Deborah knows this, right? Apart from the 33-game home winning streak that is on the line, they need to address the elephant in the room. Pun totally intended, that they can beat Alabama. Because a lot is being made right now, ladies, about how Kirby Smart is 1-6 against his former employer in that lone win coming in the national championship. But you just mentioned it. It goes far deeper than that. We haven't seen Georgia beat Alabama, save for the national championship, since 2007. This is their best opportunity. They are hosting Alabama for the first time in a decade. In fact, in a full circle moment, the last time Bama had to go between the hedges, Kirby Smart was wearing crimson as the defensive coordinator for Alabama.
Wow.
So if they're going to win this game, this is the best shot they've got.
And Alabama surprises a lot, too, at the very end.
What will decide this game, you think?
Well, if you're Alabama, you're going to try to get the ball in the hands of your star wide receiver, Ryan Williams, who has been a Georgia slayer. He had over 170 yards last year in this matchup, including the 75-yard touchdown game winner. And they've got to be licking their chops facing a Georgia secondary that got exploited by Tennessee a couple of weeks ago for 2 touchdowns of over 50 and 70 yards. And for Georgia, it's easy, right? You got to protect their quarterback, Gunnar Stockton, behind what's been a really reshuffled, retooled, and often leaky offensive line. But most importantly, it has to be a fast start for Georgia. It's something that has been plaguing this team for the better part of a year. We saw it last year against Alabama when they found themselves down 28-0, 18 minutes into the game. We saw it a couple of weeks ago, down 21-7 to Tennessee. They're going to give Kirby Smart his first regular season win over Alabama. They got to utilize that, and they got to take care of it early.
All right. We'll all be watching. Thank you for that. Will you be watching, Deb?
I've got my red jersey. I'm ready.
I like watching Deb watch Ellen talk about this whole thing and your support unwavering for Georgia.
You can all watch the Georgia-Alabama game. It's right here on ABC. It's tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern. And don't forget Vibe Check. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. That's on Disney+. And coming up, Deborah is going to give us a preview of tonight's season premiere of 2020.
Tonight,
stabbing someone in the heart is extremely personal.
Deborah Roberts takes you inside the stunning murder investigation of a Colorado mom.
So how does the stalker know every move?
Follow the clues
He was very elusive and very good at hiding his tracks.
in a race against time to catch a killer.
Go, 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 go. Show your hands!
All new 2020 season premiere tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. We are back. The new season of 2020 does premiere tonight with the story of stalking that tragically ends in a murder. And Deborah, you actually reported on this case, as we just saw. What can you tell us about it?
Well, we were working on this case all summer. Christelle Krug, and actually the case goes back a few years, but Christelle Krug, a mom of 3, an engineer, a very creative soul, a bright woman, a bright light in her family's life, thought she was being stalked by a boyfriend from her past. And we were just shocked, and the community of Colorado was so shocked in this town right outside of Denver that it was actually someone in her present. And it just left everybody really shaken. And this case is one that people will still be talking about for a while. Her family is speaking out for the very first time, talking about the loss, the trauma, but also now the power that they have found to try to honor her life. So like all of our stories, this is one that was, I thought, just so unforgettable.
It's so unforgettable. It's so chilling. And you've been talking about the work here as you've been doing this. And there's the actual police camera footage that's so revealing here.
So revealing. And Rebecca, we use that so often in our 2020 stories when we can, because it does reveal so much. And in this case, you get to see her family's reaction, her husband's reaction to, you know, the death of his wife. And it tells so much to police later on in the investigation. So oftentimes that really factors into these stories. And in this case, and this one is really, really powerful, begins our season this year. So much of this story, I think, is just something that just grabs you. A young mom, her 3 children now left without their mother. But to hear from her family, something that's really pretty.
This is one of those stories that's going to stick with you, I can tell, with everyone, all the viewers.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So it begins our new season. And here we are. David Muir and I will actually kick off 2020 with this story of Christine Krug.
Here we are. And you're always all about peeling back the layers of the onion, but also, as you said, honoring the people and getting their family to share more about the victim's life and their story.
And in this case, this woman did everything she could to protect herself, and it did not work. And you'll find out why. We take you inside this investigation and how that surprised, and it turned on forensics. That was what was so, and so many of these stories do, right? Cell phone and computer technology. It was really intriguing for all of us. So the new season, you guys get ready. Our new season premieres tonight. David Muir and I will see you at 9 o'clock Eastern right here on ABC. And coming up, Shark Tank's Robert Herjavec is here in the studio. Hey there.
We're swimming with the shark. Welcome back. We've been swimming with the sharks all week, and now Robert Herjavec is here as fans bite into the 17th season of Shark Tank. It is a wow. It is so great to see you, Robert. Welcome.
Bite into it. You couldn't help it.
Yes, indeed. 17 years. So what? I mean, I go back to those early days, and here you are again, and it's always forward-looking, and it's always on point.
And it's such a motivating show.
Yes.
And every year we say, there is nothing we haven't seen. And then somebody comes out with a product or a service that you've never seen. The ingenuity in America is at an all-time high. I always like to say that the business of America is business. There's somebody out there right now creating the next great company.
And you're Canadian, so that's saying a lot.
I know.
Well, you grew up in Canada.
I'm kind
you're
of Australian now.
And Australian too.
All over the globe. Many of us noticed that Mark Cuban called you Sporty Shark. Well, our sporty guy, Michael Strahan, was a guest shark on the show.
He
and
was.
You two kind of duked it out over a sports product. Let's take a look.
Throw the ball. Go ahead.
I need a touchdown.
Go ahead. Oh! All right, that's 3 points right there. Here you go, Robert. Now you're going to throw it back. Oh!
You're playing loud.
It's 3-0.
All right, here we go. Keep going.
There you go, Robert. You're done.
Oh! All right, I got it.
Michael, kick it.
All right, pretty fun. All right, come on.
Let's go. Way to go. Nice work. Nice work.
You knew when you asked Michael to kick it, it was over. It was over. How did he do as a guest shark?
Well, first of all, shockingly, Michael is better at sports than I am.
That is a big surprise.
Big surprise.
I couldn't believe it. I do believe I could tackle him, right? But he was an unbelievably great shark. I mean, we all knew he was charismatic and, you know, good with the camera and all that stuff and with people. But as soon as the real business questions started, I mean, all of us went, whoa, that guy knows what he's doing. And obviously, he's had a lot of businesses. He's been very successful, which America doesn't know. He's a real business guy.
Yeah. I can't wait to see who actually gets that product you just showed us. That's a good tease for next week. But let's talk small businesses because they're facing a lot of challenges right now with tariffs and other things. What advice do you have for people wanting to start a small business right now or who have one?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I started a small business and it turned out to be really successful. 50% of all small businesses fail in the first 3 years, and then 50% fail of those that are left fail in the next 3 again.
Wow.
So it's really hard, but my advice to people is this is the best time to start a business in history. Social media, computing power, AI is such a disruptive force. If you know AI today and you can use it in your business, you have a massive advantage. In this day and age, you cannot depend on a large corporation for your future. If you're out there thinking that your company is going to take care of you in retirement, my gosh, good luck. So when you start a small business, you are in control of your own destiny. Yes, it's hard, and yes, it's really difficult, but you know, and if you're going to bet on anything in life,
Bet on yourself.
Bet
on yourself. We've all heard
And
it.
I think that's always been the appeal of Shark Tank, because you guys, it's real, and you really dig into it, and you really help people. There's also the great appeal of Dancing with the Stars, and you were on 10 years ago. You met your wife, Kim.
Gosh.
Just very quickly, how are you guys doing?
We're doing great, and there we are. Look at me go. Wow. You know, Rebecca, I'm a little disappointed that Dancing with the Stars hasn't asked me to come back as a professional dancer.
You put it out here, you got a great shot. Robert
Come on,
Herjavec, Dancing with the Stars and Shark Tank,
Yes.
an all-new episode on Wednesday at 10 Eastern right here on ABC. And Michael's a guest shark. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMA3.
Welcome back. That is Post Malone performing I Had Some Help at the 2024 Global Citizen Festival, where every year artists, entertainers, and thousands of others gather in New York City for the event that calls for an end to extreme poverty. Since it started in 2021, $49 billion in funds have been distributing, impacting 1.3 billion lives.
Pretty amazing.
It is amazing, and this year's festival takes place tomorrow with Shakira and Cardi B headlining and Global Citizen Ambassador Hugh Jackman hosting the event. Right there, you can see the CEO and co-founder of Global Citizen, Hugh Evans, ringing the bell at the NASDAQ, kicking it all off. Fun fact, guys, I started my career in TV covering these bell ceremonies at the NASDAQ.
You know what that's like.
It's a special moment for companies and people for what they've done, and we're going to be telling you all about this festival tomorrow on GMA and an inside look on GMA weekend.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about a new football comedy series that is sure to be a touchdown, and it's all thanks to its leading man, Glenn Powell, who stars as Chad Powers. Michael Strahan actually visited him on set to talk all about it.
He's one of Hollywood's top leading men. From action-packed blockbusters like Twisters.
Can you shoot fireworks up a tornado? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can.
To the spicy rom-com Anyone But You.
Are you two really getting to know each other in a very respectful manner?
Glenn Powell's Charmed, flying high in Top Gun Maverick.
Which one of y'all has what it takes to follow me?
But for his latest project, the actor is co-creator of a brand new Hulu series called Chad Powers, and he's almost unrecognizable.
So if you go west in West Virginia, the westest of the west of Virginia.
I'll be honest with you, you're not what I expected. I'm looking at you and I'm going,
I look different in person.
Glenn,
right?
are you in there?
They always look different in person.
The show drawing inspiration from a 2022 Eli Manning sketch.
How do you find your walk-ons here at Penn State?
Where my former Giants teammate goes deep undercover to experience firsthand a Division I college football tryout under the alias Chad Powers.
Chad Powers, you ain't seen nothing like him.
He's doing this incredible tryout. He actually was looking better in that tryout than he looked when I played with him. Don't tell him I said that.
I think he'll find out.
Ooh, see those feet, baby.
We took that concept and that inspiration and have doubled down on the prosthetics, updated it, improved it, new model, new Chad, and we're making a hell of a show here.
Take your helmet off.
I'm gonna leave it on.
Why?
You know, in this helmet, I feel strong, like a strong, powerful male.
Eli and his brother Peyton Manning both serving as executive producers for the series. So what was it like working with those two?
You know, those guys, I gotta say, one of the coolest thing about the Manning boys is that they are extremely involved. What makes this show different is we wanted this thing to be funny and heartfelt, but to have the football be legit. You know what a real quarterback looks like and what you know it doesn't. So the fact that I have these guys as my coach, it's a nice little lifesaver.
The only thing that can stop a great quarterback is a great pass rusher. So if you need someone to show you how to hit somebody or take a hit, I'm a phone call away. I'm just saying.
If I have to take a hit on the show, I am not calling you. I do not want to take that hit.
We got exclusive behind-the-scenes access on set at Georgia State University in Atlanta, starting with makeup.
It takes us about just under an hour to transform him into Chad Powers.
There's a forehead piece, a cheek piece, a nose piece, an upper lip. There's teeth.
And then hair.
I thought this was going to be a painful process, but sometimes I forget which face I'm wearing. I spend most of my time with this face on.
There's some people that haven't seen you with your real face.
The prosthetics, the makeup is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, the coolest part about this is it's like a real love letter to prosthetics and makeup. You know, the character I play, his dad was in Hollywood makeup and prosthetics, so we're really honoring that world in terms of how he would actually pull this off.
Glenn co-writing the pilot episode, the Texas native drawn from his love and passion for college football.
I'm a huge Longhorn fan. My family is like I've been born and raised on college football. My dad was Ohio State. He's a big Buckeye fan, and everybody around the house just like, that's when we rally up. It's Saturdays, not Sundays.
Since taking the spotlight, the 36-year-old has garnered many admirers of the Hollywood heartthrob, but he says right now, there's only room for one in his life. Brisket, that is the most famous member of your family.
Yes.
Your dog, joined at the hip.
Brisket is living his best life here. I gotta say, one of my moments that we'll cherish on the set are in the morning at sunrise, walking into the stadium with Brisket, and we just run sprints up and down the field, and this has been his domain.
And before leaving the set, we had to hit the gridiron to see Glenn's passing game up close. Okay, win the showdown.
Yep.
Hit. People are going, oh man, look at that arm. What if you got a call from a NFL team for a tryout? Would you take it?
No, I'd probably send it to voicemail.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah,
This show, Chad Powers. It premieres Tuesday on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. And that is when Glenn will be here live on GMA. You don't want to miss that. And coming up here on GMA3, the early bird dinner is more popular than ever. We're all a fan. It's not just the senior crowd that's eating dinner before the sun goes down. We'll tell you why younger people are doing it too, even as early as 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I wish they'd leave us alone. Back now with a new trend in dining that embraces old school habits, right? Early bird dinner. We thought it was just us. Well, it turns out more and more young people in the U.S. are eating dinner at 5 p.m. or even earlier. Elizabeth Schultze has the story.
It is 4 p.m. and I just finished my dinner for tonight.
I think we're in the grandma era.
These are just some of the young people joining a new trend.
4 p.m. is the new it girl time to eat.
Eating dinner early, sometimes as early as 4 p.m.
It has been a game changer for our family.
While data is sparse on the emerging trend, reservation sites like Resy say they've seen an uptick in people choosing to get their grub much earlier than in the past.
So far this year, more people have gone to the 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Resy reservation than the reservations between 8 and 11 p.m.
The reason for the early trend? Everything from a sense of feeling lighter to living by the natural rhythms of the sun.
I feel better when I eat early. I feel lighter. I feel like I get a lot better sleep and I wake up just feeling more energized.
While the romance of a late dinner still exists, medical experts say there could be some benefits to eating early, including decreasing the risk of obesity. Of course, early dining has another benefit.
You get to the restaurant before everyone else, which is super nice. And then when it starts getting full, you're leaving.
And many restaurants offer early bird deals.
Instead of it being 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., we're doing happy hour now from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. We saw an even larger uptick with guests that were wanting to, come out right after work and meet their friends right after work to have a really nice dinner and enjoy the deal.
I never thought I would be competing with other people for a 5 o'clock reservation, but it is happening these days. Rebecca?
I love a 6 o'clock res. Can't deny that. All right, Deborah, that was fun. Time now for the history-making winner of Project Runway Season 21. Let's take a look at the moment our guest became the next big thing in fashion.
The winner of Project Runway is... Veejay.
Yes! Give it up for Veejay welcome. It is so great to see you. What was that? And by the way, love the suit. Your suit.
It's a Veejay Floresca suit.
It's original.
Can't wait to see that in stores.
What was it like in that moment when Heidi said your name?
Oh my God. It's a fulfillment of a dream. I've been wanting to be part of this competition, so when Heidi announced my name as the winner, I couldn't believe it. You know, I'm like, am I dreaming? Is this really happening? But then, you know, I realized that I deserve it. I've worked hard to be in that position, and to be announced as the winner, I'm just really, really happy.
Just to know you deserve that.
Yeah.
And you are making Project Runway history multiple times over. You are the first Filipino-American winner and also the first trans woman to win this competition.
Yes.
What does that mean for both of those communities?
You know, being the first Filipino-American trans woman of color to win this iconic competition it's a celebration of authenticity. You know, with what's going on in our country, I think that being there representing my community, it feels amazing. And I tell everybody that fashion is a safe space for everybody. We celebrate diversity, inclusivity. So I feel honored to be the first person to represent my community.
Well, let's talk about getting you here, because people say there's strength in the struggle. And you had a big struggle. There was a lot of competition on the runway and the behind the scenes. How did that shape you as a designer?
I believe that you need to be hardworking. You need to work hard. Fashion is a cutthroat industry. It's not for a sissy. If you're sensitive, it's a lot of work. And being in the competition itself, I've tried so many times to get there. I've been rejected so many times. I've been said no 13 times to be there. So it just made me stronger. And being in that competition, my mindset is to win this. So I'm very, very competitive. Obviously, you've seen the show, but to me, it's just a competition, and we're all friends.
Wait, you tried out for Project Runway 13 times and were told no?
For 13 years.
Oh,
for 13 years. Since I moved to the US since 2012, I've always been auditioning, and then no, but I'm like, I will still keep doing until they say yes.
And
that is perseverance.
Did
you have a favorite look?
Yes, actually all of them are my favorites, but
they're all your babies.
They're like my kids, exactly. But my favorite is the shuttlecock dress. So it's a fan favorite because we're asked to design and create a garment using an unconventional material. And I use shuttlecock. And it looked like it's lace. So to me, I accomplished the goal to become innovative and to create something fresh and new.
Really what is your favorite overall to design? Do you like doing suits, dresses, women's wear, and what's next for you?
Yeah, so I'm an evening wear and bridal designer. I design for different types of women, different shape, because I think that every woman is beautiful, every color is beautiful. So what's next for me is to really take advantage of this opportunity to grow my brand. I want to be the next Christian Soriano. I want to dress up celebrities, you know, Zendaya, text me, and also real people, because I want people to wear my design.
What about the judges? Who was toughest?
Definitely it's Law Roach. He's very tough, but I know that the only reason why he's tough is because he's preparing us, because fashion is tough. So, yeah.
What's the toughest thing about fashion, you think?
That's really a good question. I think the toughest part is really creating new things that people will love. You know, because there's a lot of designers out there, especially in New York City. Everybody comes here to fulfill their dreams. But I think that if you have the passion, you'll be very successful. And I'm glad that I'm doing what I love the most, which is fashion.
And if you could dress somebody, who's your ideal? I'm sure there's a celebrity out there you'd love to get your clothes
Zendaya.
on.
I want to dress Zendaya.
She's the fashion queen.
And also like Olivia Rodrigo, because she's also half Filipina. Yes, and of course Heidi Klum and Nina Garcia.
Of course. Well, congratulations on all of it, Veejay. It is so nice chatting with you today, and best wishes on your journey ahead.
Thank you so much. It's a dream to be here, so thank you for having me.
We appreciate you being here with all of us. All those episodes of Project Runway Season 21 are streaming now on Hulu and Disney+. And coming up here, happy National Dumpling Day, everybody. We're learning how to make soup dumplings, and we are eating them and enjoying them with the best chef in the world when we come back. All right, we are back, and we are suited up with our gloves because we are celebrating National Dumpling Day. Every culture has some form of the bite-sized comfort food, and we're gonna make a Taiwanese version. Chef James Fu, welcome. He is from Din Tai Fung, the restaurant right here in New York, and he's here to show us their world-famous soup dumplings. James, so great to see
Thank you so much for having me.
You have no idea how much excitement there was when we found out you were gonna be here today to show us how to make these. So let's start. How do we get started?
So we have been celebrating dumpling days since 1972, and today we're actually making our soup dumplings, our xiaolongbaos, that our signature item of dumplings. We're starting with the stuffings. So you already, on all your tables, you already have the stuff on, but I just want to show you the skills, how we stuff the dumplings.
Yes.
As we are precise on our golden ratio.
And there is that precision because you don't want to over or understuff the dumpling.
We want to cup our hand and we want to put the stuffing in the center.
Okay.
And we want to keep all the edges are clean.
Yes.
And then we want to ensure they're around 21 grams.
About 21 grams.
How do you actually make them soupy, and what do you do with the wrapper?
So the stuffing actually includes the gelled stock. So when it steams, you get a broth out of it.
Okay.
So once you get heated, perfect. You see all those little crystals.
Okay. And then what's the
now
trick
we're doing
to getting
the folding.
Without
there's
stuffing, how do you do that?
So now there's 4 rotations. You need to do 3 rotations of 5.
Okay.
And last 3 will be the 3 because that's our golden ratio, the 18 folds.
Okay.
Let's start with our
18
first pinch.
First pinch.
Okay.
And then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have to turn a little bit on your left hand.
Okay.
And then continue with another 5.
5.
And then another 5.
I've tried doing this with my friends, and it always is kind of messy.
You need to tuck in your tip of your dough.
Yep.
And then we do another 3. So that completes our 18 fold.
Oh my gosh.
And then you do a little swirl to get all the tip into the center. And that will be our xiaolongbao.
And we'll eat yours, not yours.
Mine's not too bad. I mean, it's not great, but
better than mine.
Is there, you showed us kind of the secret to doing this. If we didn't quite, if this is the way mine looks at the end, what could I be doing differently in the future?
We will have to practice since it
Practice
takes 3 to 6 months.
Okay, I'm going to 3 to 6 months.
For our dumpling chef.
So your dumpling chef does 3 to 6 months, and they're probably already trained in dumplings.
Yes.
So it's an additional 3 to 6 months.
And the question I have, because I love soup dumplings, but I always make a mess whenever I'm eating them. So how do you eat them?
The best way we suggest our guests is actually
eat the whole thing?
To make our sauce first. So the sauce is vinegar, soy sauce blend 3-to-1 ratio.
Yep.
And we want to dip the dumpling into our sauces first.
Let me get mine. All right.
Nice.
And then we want to drink the soup by poking a hole from the side of the dumplings.
Oh, okay.
Because
so you dip?
all the specialties are in the
so
broth.
You don't make such a mess.
Oh, that makes sense.
You've got lots of other stuff here
And
that
as
is so
you're
good.
ready, you can actually put some ginger if you like the heat of ginger.
I love ginger.
And we'll enjoy as one bite.
Okay,
one bite.
The ginger.
And
That's
then
the key.
what else do we have here on our plate?
Yeah, tell us.
We also have our signature spicy wonton with shrimp pork.
Yes.
Vegetarian dumpling.
Yes. Oh, I asked you the second you put the dumpling in your mouth. Okay.
Chicken dumplings and our kimchi and pork dumplings.
Amazing. All right, well, this was so
That is
fantastic.
delicious. My goodness.
We loved enjoying it. I feel like Deborah probably did the best with her dumplings.
I
After
did.
you, of course.
Wow,
And
that's
they're
pretty.
terrible.
And I'm not good. I've never tried this before.
You're
ever.
getting there.
But I'm getting there. Okay,
Getting
there's
there,
hope for
getting
me.
You ready to go to
There's
school?
hope for me.
Dumpling school?
No, not yet. Not ready. But all of this looks fantastic.
Thank you, Chef, so much for being here with us. James
so
Fu,
much
Din Tai
inviting me.
Fung.
We're going to be right back as we eat.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's so great. Pardon us as we eat and say goodbye.
Have a great day, everyone.
Happy weekend.